Alright, what is up everybody? Coming back at you with another video on the channel today. And today we have got another Medford. No surprise there. I might just change my name to another Medford guy. There's the Medford guy. How many Medfords does he have? I don't know. But this is one I've been wanting for quite a while now. It was just never the right setup at the right time. But this one dropped on DLT on Thursday. Today is Sunday. I've had it a few days, but let's get right into what we got here. Boom. The Marauder H, guys. 3V blade steel, tumbled Tonto Blade. The show side scale is faced and then bronze anodized with custom flaming. Got a bronze spring or Lockbar side, then flamed hardware, flame clip for DLT trading. Let's get right into this here. Go over what you get in the box real quick, as I'm sure we've all seen it 100 times. Oh, can't see that. Get some stickers, and you now get a smaller Medford patch. Don't know why. Your warranty card, and then the COA here. This one was made just a month ago, which is what I like to see. Since it was shown as a new knife. I got that MIDI Marauder, and it was under their new knife section, but the COA was from like 8 months ago. It's a little confusing. But anyways, here is the knife, guys. Let me give it a quick wipe down on this flame side so you can enjoy all the beauty. Ah, yes, you see that faced side. That's where they go back over it. You can see those beautiful grind lines. I guess they do a little bit of a higher polish there. And it is just beautiful. My slim MIDI here is also faced. It's got my dirty fingerprints all over it. There we go. Also faced. Get back to this knife later. With that custom flame anodization with those swooping patterns, I thought this was just a beautiful knife. Came with the Tonto Blade, which I absolutely love. Medford's Tontos. They come with a hollow grind back here, up to a compound flat grind on the tip. And I love seeing those grind lines. Tumbled on the rest of the finish here. Their tumbled has a little bit of a shine to it though, but it's definitely not a satin finish. Moving along, like I said, this is the Marauder H. So it's the full-size Marauder. Now the regular Marauder, on the scale side, this is the MIDI Marauder, has these cutouts. It's this size, it has these cutouts, and instead of 0.187 blade steel, it's 0.25 or 2.6. And I couldn't imagine how thick that thing is. Same thickness as the Praetorian tie. So I'll go over these Marauders real quick, since there's a lot of Marauders here. This is the Slim MIDI Marauder. It's a very thin knife, runs on bearings. This is the MIDI Marauder, exact same size as the Slim MIDI, but it's thick. It's actually the same thickness as the full size. Great detent and great action on this guy. Moving up to the full size, same thickness. This one runs on phosphor bronze washers as well. Same thickness here, funnily enough. Blade steel and all, same thickness. This one is just ginormous. So, yeah, this might be my favorite knife right now, guys. Now, the action on this one, oh my goodness. Who says Medfords have bad action? Look at this. Drop shot, guys. I've had this knife 2 days. Now, I did a little bit of pivot work to get it here. I will say when I first got it, the centering was favoring the Lockbar side. And that means the pivot's too tight. So what I did, I've got my my $5 spanner bits that I put a bunch of tape on and rounded the ends as to not scratch the pivots. But when you're trying to break a pivot free, open the knife, it puts tension on it, and it wasn't very tight. I was able to bust it free, put some Loctite on it, tune it to get the knife to right here, And obviously there's absolutely zero blade play, no lock rock. And then I got it perfectly centered. So it did take a little bit of doing, but as I like tinkering with my knives, was not an issue for me. It was very stiff before, kind of like Medfords are known to come. And what's funny on these Medfords is just the tiniest turn on the pivot will take you from drop shut action to super stiff. The tolerances are so tight on these. You know, I would recommend, if you spend this kind of money on a knife, know how to work on it, and at least know how to tune your pivot. You know, you can get these $5 spanner bits. I just rounded the tips. It's not a lot of work. You know, people love to complain. Now, these knives are expensive. Should you have to do that? I don't know. That's your opinion. I enjoy doing that. I'm going to do that anyways. So, you know, Medfords work for me. They may not work for you. So, leave that there. So, this is a behemoth of a knife. Cutting edge are right around 4 inches. The whole blade from here up is right around 4.5 inches. And you're at 9.5 inches overall. Let's do a comparison to the Praetorian T. And we are a decent bit bigger than the Praetorian T. Probably about a 1/2 inch bigger. Let's see here. There you go. You can see. Good amount bigger than the Praetorian T. And you're actually quite a bit thicker on the scales than the Praetorian T. You know, people talk about the Praetorian T. It's just really tall. It's got this really big blade here. Which, you know, makes it a little harder to carry. And I love my Praetorian T, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't find itself into my pocket that often with how big it is. Now it's compared to the 187 DP. These are almost identical size-wise. Blade is about the same, and the handle length is about the same. This one's a much more budget-friendly option. You can pick these up for around $500 in the full tie versions. It's got this cutout hole, which I like. You can reverse flick it really well. This knife has great action as well. So I like this knife. I've carried this knife quite a bit, where it's not so tall, solid pocket clip, and I dig it. This knife came in at $810. So, you know, that's a lot, guys. That's a lot. That's, you know, it's more than I paid for my Areas. But this is a knife that's going to last a lifetime, and I absolutely love it. It's just a beast in the hand. But once I got this action where it is here, I just fell in love with it. Now, there's not a lot of videos of these out there. There's some older ones from some bigger YouTubers, but theirs are really stiff. You know, they're the older Medfords. He's came a long way in the last few years. So ergonomics on this guy, I've got 2XL gloved hands, and I can grip it a number of places with plenty of real estate left over. You've got a huge finger choil. You can move your whole finger up into that thing with no worries. Grab it there and really do some stiff cutting if you need to. On the close, it's fairly tall, but it's the same thickness, like I said, as the MIDI Marauder, and this fits in the pocket pretty well. I mean, you're going to know it's there, guys. It's a big knife. It's a heavy knife. It's like 8 or 10 ounces. Now, on the back here, you do get this back spacer / glass breaker, and I actually didn't know this. It sticks out there. So you can grab this, and I guarantee you could bust through a window with that. They never heat anodize or color these because Greg Medford says this is a tool and it is not a beauty piece of the knife. Whatever, man. Doesn't matter if it's flame anodized. Which I guess with the heat and whatever, maybe. Yeah, overall, just a fantastic knife. If you're into big overbuilt knives, this is the king, guys. You know, I've got Praetorian T's. I've got the 187. I've got a Strider .75 AR. These are made by Medford. This one isn't a big knife. It's pretty thick. We'll do another good comparison here to the, there it is, the Spartan Harsey Folder, full size. Obviously quite a bit bigger. This one carries in the pocket really well for a big knife. Got that beautiful warthog engraving on it. I do really like this knife though. But yeah, as far as Medfords, this is my favorite big Medford. My favorite normal everyday carry Medford. Probably my newer infraction. This is an S45EN infraction. Another newer Medford. And this action, guys, fantastic. This one came out of the box like this. I did have to put some Loctite on it. Perfectly centered. But like I say, guys, these newer Medfords, I mean, they just get better and better. And I continue to say that. But yeah, let me give you some flicks here so you can see. Just a fantastic action on this guy. Love it. And like I said, it's not even broken in. It's only going to get better. I did put some, as we call in the gun world, witness or co-witness marks, which that's one's kind of rubbed off. I just put a dot on the pivot and a dot on the scale of sharping, and that way I can see if the pivot rotates at all, and so far it has not. But the action has only gotten better, which just means it's breaking in. It's just so smooth too. If you want to slow roll it, you definitely can. And then to close it, you can reverse flick it. I am a lefty. Get my other knives all the way here. Now let's see if I can do wrist flat. Yes. Yes, you can. Oh man, that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Yeah, now with a thumb flick, you can do it, but you know, this knife's so big, I like to put a little bit of wrist into it just for ease of use there. The Lockbar cutout is the same as the slim MIDI, just huge. I wonder if it's the same as the MIDI. Yeah, same as the MIDI as well. So plenty of room to get up in there. They have knocked down the edge fairly well, so it's not too sharp. Again, this flamed clip, that's one of the best flame clips. Just for reference, this is a flame clip as well. They say it's flamed. And just in the right light, you can pick up on it. Oh, kind of violet. But it's nowhere near this one. So just a beautiful knife, guys. This is the Medford Marauder H, an absolute behemoth, a tank, a killer of all proportions. I'm in love. I really do love this knife, just everything about it. So I guess I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. This is the Medford Marauder H. Got plenty of more videos to do for you guys. I've got to get out this MIDI Marauder video, which I have filmed, just gotta release it. I'm also gonna get a video out on this knife, just trying to break it in a little bit before I do a full review. Then I also have an Avant to do a video on. It's funny, this is the knife I bought before this one, and they're just like polar opposites, like titanium liners, micarta, 3 ounces versus this thing, re-op made. Like I said, you know, I'm not particular to American made or anything like that. I like good knives, you know, I'm not too particular on where they're made. I do take pride in nice American made knives like these. But that's it, guys. That's the Medford Marauder H, a fantastic knife. If you come across one you like, I would absolutely recommend picking one up. Can't talk today, undoubtedly. Get yourself some spanner bits if you need to adjust your pivot to get that action where you want it. The way these pivots fit in here, they're almost press fit to the scale. So loosening that pivot up just a tiny bit, you won't get any blade play, and it just makes your action 10 times better. With that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for checking out. Feel free to subscribe for more knife content coming weekly. Like this video and have yourself a great day.